Welcome to all of you for today's session. Today we are going to look at some retrosynthesis of the target molecules. So first of all, this aldehyde or this bifunctional compound, I would say, the disconnection is this way. So you get CH2 minus CH2CHO, and then this eventually is an aldehyde. This is carbanion, but the aldehyde group must be protected as acetal, and then this carbanion can add to aldehyde and you can get alcohol, and later on the removal of this group can give us the target molecule. Okay. The second molecule is this secondary amine. The first foremost thing is you have to put FGI, because FGI is to put double bond in place of that. Now this double bond can be reduced to single bond, and you can use the hydride reagent for this. Now here once again one more FGI, put HOH, and then break the carbon nitrogen bond heterolytically towards nitrogen. So as a consequence of this you will have, and then NH minus, and the aromatic ring is there. Now this is nothing but your aniline, and this is nothing but your acetone. So it is ship base formation. The amine attacks here, you get ship base. This reaction is exothermic, it will lose water molecule in the process and you get this, and from here you can reduce it with the conventional reducing agents. Okay. So forward reactions also you can write down this plus this giving this compound, and reduction can furnish the target molecule. Okay. Now next reaction, our next example is, this is very peculiar example, 6,5-fused bicyclic alpha beta unsaturated ketone. Now the first thing is you have to put FGI. Now before this also one step one can write, H and beta position OH, and then you have to break it this way. So it will be ultimately OH plus CO CH2 minus. Now this is equivalent, and of course this is equivalent. So with base, suitable base, you can abstract a proton, then it is an aldol condensation. How to get this? You need alpha substitution. Now for alpha substitution you need an activation at this point. So COOH is best. You generate a carbanion here, then it is conjugate addition. Once conjugate addition is done, you will get this, the COOH would be there, that can be removed later on. So I will just put COOH, and then it will be carbonyl is there. Okay. Hydrolysis can give us COOH and decarboxylation upon heating minus CO2, one can say this is you get the intermediate what we need here. So, for alkylation you need activation here. So, that activation can be obtained by putting COAT functionality here. Now, this is beta keto ester. Now, this is the proton which is acidic, which can be abstracted by a suitable base like sodium methoxide, and then it is conjugate addition. At this hydrolysis decarboxylation eventually will give you this compound. Aldol condensation and removal of water, the dehydration step would give us the required compound. Now, the next example, let me clear this part. Okay. Now, these two are the important stages, and you can easily get the required transformations. In some cases protection deprotection is also required. Now, here it is simple, heterolytic cleavage of carbon oxygen bond, negative charge will go to oxygen. So, plus and minus, these are synthons. Okay. Equivalent reagent I am putting it on the top, CH2, let us put Br some leaving group, and this is nothing but your alcohol, or you can have potassium tertiary butoxide, anything. This would be better because this O minus is more nucleophilic than alcohol itself. So, we will go with this, and this can replace it, so that you get the nucleophilic displacement of Br from this toluene derivative, and this benzyl bromide equivalent is a suitable substrate to make the carbon oxygen sigma bond. So, that is the methodology. Instead of alcohol we will go for the alkoxide ion because it is better nucleophile, because OH alcohol cannot be so nucleophilic, but alkoxide does. Okay. Now, moving on to the next example, this acid, if we break it heterolytically towards a ring, this is benzene nonetheless, and this is either this Br, or you can put a double bond here. So, there are two options, either this or you can have why not COH, because the COR can be reduced to COH later. Now, this can be obtained from and you can add HBr across this, but the problem is, or sometimes these kind of compounds are made. So, this one is your Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction, and COR is a protecting group which later on you can make it COH at the end of reaction. So, depending upon the reagent one can change. Okay. Now, next one is this exocyclic double bond compound. Now, foremost thing is to put FGI, put HOH, beta OH from carbonyl, and then H on alpha. If you break it this way heterolytically, this becomes plus, this becomes minus, and eventually this is going to be your cyclohexanone. This is going to be acetone in presence of NaOH, let us say. We have to abstract a proton, NaOH, KOH, methoxide, ethoxide, anything, and this is simply the aldol. So, you generate a carbanion, add to cyclohexanone, you will get aldol. In fact, if two carbons are there, then it will be more competitive, but nonetheless it is a similar strategy one can use. You can abstract this proton because this is going to be more stable carbanion nonetheless. So, this is once again aldol. So, whether it is methyl or ethyl does not make any difference, it is the same methodology one can use, and this double bond you cannot make it cis or trans because these two are equal priority substituents on the double bond. So, neither G or E, but this is an aldol condensation overall. So, that is the strategy to get a double bond from the ketone or aldehyde and a carbanion. Okay. Now, this one is a very peculiar example. You have to break it here, so that this becomes CO plus, this is O minus, eventually this CO plus is COOH and O minus is OH. When you have to break it this way, so this becomes plus, or I am putting double bond here, and this becomes minus. So, instead of OH we will have OET. So, this is once again you can use equivalent reagent I am putting. Equivalent, because this is carbanion generation would be very easy, and we know that one of the carbonyl group can be lost as CO2, and this is very much available. So, you make a carbanion here. I am going to put, say, this is that alpha beta unsaturated compound, but I am just writing it this way. That is the sink, and then it will be O . Then one of these can be like, you can hydrolyze it, lose one of the CO2. So, it will be ultimately CH2. Okay, now this is, let me put it this way, CH2, and then this is that intervening CH2 and COOH. Then you have to reduce this to OH, and then add this to so you can get a similar compound. Okay, yeah, same. I am just putting it the other way around, the same compound. So, a methodology is there. You have to break it, then put equivalent reagents, then break down this heterolytically, so that you get two things. Now, this is, you have to have the diethyl malonate as equivalent of this, because more stable carbanion Now these 2 electron withdrawing group make it more stable carbanion, and that is how it can work. So this is important example asked in so many exams. So you have to know the methodology, put equivalent reagents in place of those carbanions and carbonium ions. The last example is this adduct. I will just put arrows. This is retro Diels-Alder. So what we have, this is vinyl ester, this is isoprene which is available in nature, add, you get this. Now this is a retro Diels-Alder approach, and forward reaction is Diels-Alder reaction. That is how we are supposed to look at these kind of examples. Next time we will have some more examples on retrosynthesis, and this time we will have some examples from NetSet papers. I thought we will do some small examples, but doing small example will not help you, but we will be doing, next time we will be doing examples from NetSet papers directly. Whatever questions are asked on the retrosynthesis topic, we will cover all those in 1 or 2 lectures, and then we can switch over to another chapter from the list of chapters given in the syllabus. Okay. Thank you very much.